Hello, and welcome to our flipped video lesson, The Epic of Gilgamesh, lesson 3.06. For this lesson today, you need to complete your Human Odyssey reading pages 73 to 77, your student guide workbook pages 66 to 69, and you need to read through the lesson in your OMS. And about the topic is The Epic of Gilgamesh. And our learning objectives for today's lesson: identify the first major literary epic in world history, and recognize the Epic of Gilgamesh as a classic of Sumerian literature and the source of information in Sumerian values. Introduction. Do you like a good adventure story with larger-than-life heroes? The Sumerians did. Their most famous epic, a tale, is about a king named Gilgamesh. Generation after generation told the story. Eventually, scribes wrote the epic poem on clay tablets that archaeologists discovered in Mesopotamia thousands of years later. The Epic of Gilgamesh is one of the world's earliest pieces of literature, and it's still a good story today. The Epic of Gilgamesh. The epic tells the story of Gilgamesh, a powerful king in ancient Sumer, who begins his reign as a cruel, ruthless ruler. The oppressed people of his kingdom pray for help, and the gods create a champion named Enkidu. Enkidu and Gilgamesh meet, fight, and come to respect each other, eventually becoming good friends. They share many adventures, and their friendship helps Gilgamesh learn to be a good king. And this word oppressed means just the very kind of sad, poor, just kind of very unhappy people of his kingdom. And so the Epic of Gilgamesh, what is a tale of superhuman Sumerian king Gilgamesh and his painful search for everlasting life, when it was written over 4,000 years ago and considered the oldest known piece of literature. It was discovered in 1839 by archaeologists, where it was placed in ancient Mesopotamia, which means, remember, between two rivers, the Tigris and the Euphrates, which is current-day Iraq, and versions are found all over the Middle East. How it was inscribed in clay, which made the text durable. There were 12 tablets, which is incredible, and many exact copies were made. Accuracy was critical. And you will have to complete your student guide pages. You can start on page 68. And just kind of a quick overcap before I ask you to read the story, and perhaps you already have. So question number 1 actually asks you before the reading, we often hear about heroes, but what really makes someone a hero? So I want you to think about that. What really makes someone a hero? Okay? And now, before we go to this slide, I want you to go ahead and read the Epic of Gilgamesh in your Human Odyssey book. It starts on page 73. So go ahead and read that. You can pause this video, and then once you're done reading, go ahead and start the video again, and we'll move back to question 2. Alright, so the hero and Gilgamesh. Question 2. Major characters in the story and a brief description of each character's role. So we have Gilgamesh. He's the king of Urk. He begins as a harsh and fierce ruler, but learned how to be a better leader. Enkidu initially challenged Gilgamesh, but he became his trusted ally. He taught Gilgamesh friendship and humanity. Sorry, it looks like my slide is a little off there again. Let's keep moving. There we go. And then we've got Ishtar. Ishtar is the goddess of love. She wanted Gilgamesh as a husband. When he refused her, she retaliated by sending challenges and killing Enkidu, which taught Gilgamesh friendship and humility. And then question number 3. The Epic of Gilgamesh gives us clues about Sumerian values and the character traits that Sumerians believed were important. So humility, and clues from Gilgamesh: restless and arrogant. Gilgamesh is no shepherd of the city. Strength: behold Gilgamesh, a man of strength. Bravery: on hearing the earth crack, he hurried to the gates. Insightful: here my deeds will live on. And should not abuse power. Only if you do not abuse your power over the people. So again, remember, through these writings, people were able to share their thoughts about daily life. And that's what we can learn from the Epic of Gilgamesh. And here we move to question 4. What did Gilgamesh think was important? Throughout most of the story, Gilgamesh thought maintaining power and winning any battle and friendship were most important. Questions number 5 and 6. How did Gilgamesh change his thinking, and what does this change say about Sumerian values? Gilgamesh changed the way he thought in the end. Gilgamesh changed the way he ruled his city and later realized that his deeds would live on even though he could not live forever. And this says something about Sumerian values. The Sumerians may have admired someone who could grow and change and gain wisdom. And then questions number 7 and 8, oops, sorry about that, that's in there. Questions number 7 and 8 are your opinions. Do you consider Gilgamesh a hero? Why or why not? And do you consider Enkidu a hero? Why or why not? Please take some time to think about that. You can pause this video and you can fill in those answers. And then again, please make sure that you have your readings complete. If you already did these questions, obviously you do have it complete, but reading pages 73 to 77. And then your vocabulary. Epic is a long poem, typically one derived from an ancient oral tradition narrating the deeds and adventures of heroic or legendary figures or the history of a nation. Deed is an action that is performed intentionally or consciously. Literature are written works, especially those considered of superior or lasting artistic merit. And literary is concerning the writing, study, or content of literature, especially of kind valued for quality of form. Especially of the kind valued for quality of form. Maybe that didn't sound right as I was reading it. And here we come to our quote section, and this is again taken from the Harper Book of Quotations. Poetry must be as new as foam and as old as the rock. And that was said by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Thanks so much for joining me today. As always, stay positive, stay fighting, stay brave, stay ambitious, stay focused, and stay strong. Have an amazing day.